right, it is update time. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys a clip of the car from last night. Now it's not gonna make any sense because I was gonna include it in the ending of the last video, but I decided to go ahead and start a whole new video. So I'm gonna play that clip for you right now. And that's just from where I had gotten everything hooked back up and I tried the car for the first time. All right, we got everything hooked up. Let's go ahead and see if this thing will bust off. All right, let's see. There it is. She runs. So obviously it's got open exhaust and it's kind of late at night, but it'll actually sit there and idle pretty good. So we still got a lot of work to do. We still have to do the throttle cable, the full exhaust, all that stuff, but I'm very, very excited about it. Anyway, here we go. So there you go, guys. You saw it firsthand. This thing runs and actually runs pretty good. It's got a little bit of a skip to it, but we knew that. It's got old plugs, old wires, but hey, overall it's doing really good. So let's take a quick look at what we have. Now everything is still a mess. We're just kind of testing everything out. Everything will be tucked in really nice. Now we're not doing a wire tuck per se, but everything will be nice and clean. The engine runs good. Andrew's under the car right now, attaching the transmission lines. So we did that. We are in the process of bolting the shifter up and just all the sensors, stuff like that. So it's going really good. I just want to give you a quick update of where we are. Like I said, right now we're just hooking up sensors and stuff like that. Later on tonight, I'll throw the drive shaft in it and then put the exhaust on it. But she's getting there, guys. We're about to fill that hole. That sounds nasty. All right, I'll catch back up with you in a few. Now, isn't that a sight, guys? We are putting water in the CALYPSO clone. And yes, right now we're just putting tap water in it. But yeah, getting water in her. So as you guys can see, it's a hot mess. I mean, it is what it is. We will get everything cleaned up. We will make this thing look good. But right now though, this is what we got. So we're gonna work with it. We're gonna get everything cleaned up. We're gonna get it running good. Need a little more time. Yeah, so far so good. I just put some water in it. Everything just kind of burning off, all that stuff. I don't have the tailpipes on the car, but as you can see, I do have the mufflers. Check that out. That is what I'm talking about. We got wheels spinning, we got water in her, we got exhaust on her. Good day, guys. Now there are going to be a lot of bugs to work out of this thing, so don't get it twisted. There's going to be a lot of bugs to work out, but guys, can you believe it? I mean, let's just take a step back here. The CALYPSO clone with an engine, and it's running. Guys, it can only get better from here. If the engine blows up in this thing tomorrow, we have everything we need to pull it out and replace it. That's what was important, and that's why I did this car the way I did it. We now have a mostly functional working car. If something tears up, we can fix it and put it back on. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited for this. All right, guys, I'll catch you tomorrow with another update. I'm out here today tidying up some things. Got the car running pretty good, as you can see. Oh, and we got a special guest today. Guys, that is Ronnie Spivey. The man, the myth, the legend, the guy I always talk about. We got a lot of stories together, and that's what we've been doing today, actually, just kind of sitting here reminiscing a little bit, talking. But guys, that's Ronnie. So if you see him down in the comments, just give him a thumbs up. We're gonna roll this thing out here pretty soon, at least I hope anyway. I've got to get this oxygen sensor put in, and after that, should get this thing on the ground, guys, and roll it out if the brakes work. I don't know about the brake situation yet. Some of the brake lines in the back don't look too good, but should be good enough to at least move it out. So I'll get it out in a few minutes, let you guys see it. All right, I know I told you I was gonna back the car out. You were gonna get to see it. I put this thing in reverse and it had no brakes. So I immediately switched it off and we rolled all the way out in between these two trees right here. And it actually, you can see right here where it scraped. So, yeah, right there and there. So, yeah, and me and the girls actually pushed this thing back. So that's how it's back in the garage. I definitely was not going to start it back up and try to go into the garage because I would probably be through the wall. So the car does run. I'll tell you what, let's just start it up and I'll kind of rev it for you just so you can hear it with the mufflers on it really good now. And that's going to be that until we can get the brakes situated. It's just too dangerous to play with like that. Also, the power steering pump locked up on me today. So yeah, that's going to have to be replaced. So now I'm in the same boat as Andrew. His is locked up too. Yeah, it is what it is. Just took the belt off of it just to get it to run. All right, I threw the old seat back in here just so I could sit in it. Like I said, guys, I had every intention of, you know, backing this thing out for you. Fuel pump's on. Go. A lot of people have asked, does this car have a cam in it? No, it does not have a cam. As far as I know, I think it just needs plugs and wires. I don't know, maybe it does. Doesn't sound like it to me though. Sounds pretty good, guys. Check it out. Now, we know that this thing is not going to be any sort of powerhouse or anything like that. I mean, it's just stock, but hey, it revs good, it sounds good. So this is where we are, and I know you guys are tired of seeing this thing, you know, just in the garage, but at least we have an engine in it, and look, this is a whole new look for me, so I'm digging it. Once we get our wheels on it and get the brakes situated, you know, we'll drive this thing. We'll drive it with no interior. I don't give a shit, no hood. I mean, that's just how it's going to be. I still have to clean everything up. Okay, so we are back. So after the debacle of, you know, almost wrecking the car into these trees out here, found out what the problem was. So, like I told you, we had no brakes. Well, all of this stuff really needs to be updated, replaced, and refreshed, and all that stuff. But the problem was the nut here going into the soft line. Now, as you guys can see, this line has at least been replaced somewhat recently, so that's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that line. All this is good. But anyway, it was pouring. You can see how it's wet right here. So all of that was pouring out. Same thing on the passenger side. I mean, they were not even tight at all. So I think someone tried to tighten it up without a line wrench because, you know, you really need a line wrench on these soft fittings. And it was kind of tough to start with, and then once it freed up, man, it tightened right up. So as of right now, we don't have any leaks in the front. So I'm going to go ahead and put the wheels back on the car and be very, very careful about trying this, but we're going to see if we can get this thing to move and stop. So everything looks pretty good. Now, this is the plan. Eventually, we're going to kind of go through the brake system on the car. We have no brakes in the back. We have got to finish that back there. But for right now, I still need to be able to move the car around because now it's a heavy ass car with an engine that I can't move around. So I need some brakes in it so we can move this thing. I don't know if I told you guys, but I smoked the power steering pump. I think I told you that already. But yeah, smoked that thing, and now we've got that to have to deal with. We have power steering lines that we have to deal with under here because they've been cut. As you can see right there, been cut and looped, so that's going to be fun. Still not a lot of progress, guys, but we are going to get there eventually. We did get the car running, obviously. Everything on the damn thing works, but we gotta get some brakes on it so we can move it around. So let's talk about this for a second. One of my subscribers, Alan Lane, hooked us up. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and open this thing up. Let's see what we got. When I tell you that I have the best subscribers, I damn well mean it. So look what we have here. This is an E303 cam. Now, for those of you who know a little bit about the Foxbodies and the automatic cars, you will know that the E303 cam is really a better option for an automatic car. Now, before you start blasting me down in the comment section, hold on. Obviously, you can put a torque converter, more gear in the car, and you can run whatever cam you want. But in stock form, an E303 cam is about the best bet for you. It has a little less duration in it. Sounds great. I love the E-cams. So hopefully, here pretty soon, we'll see the difference in how they sound. We'll get the Retro Fox out with its B-cam. Then we'll get this car with the E-cam. First off, I want to say thank you so much to Alan Lane. Alan, you didn't have to do that. You know, you kind of surprised me on it. So the way it went down was, I'll read it here to you. Alan asked, you know, if I had thought about putting an E-cam in the car. I said, yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Well, I didn't see his next comment, which was, okay, I'll put it in the mail this weekend. I had no clue. I mean, so that's so cool. You know, look, like I've told you guys, you know, many times before, you don't have to send stuff. That's not what this is about. This is the people's Fox, but also, I don't want to just get stuff just to get it. You know, we want to get stuff that we can use in the car and it's going to be beneficial. So, we needed an E-cam, absolutely. Now, when are we going to put it in the car? I'm not sure. Probably when we put the intake on the car. When are we going to put the intake on? I don't really know. We've got to get this thing running and stopping and everything, all the little bugs worked out of it first. But we will be putting this E-cam in this car for sure. I just don't know when. So I've had a few people ask, why did you take the Explorer intake off the car? Well, it was actually never on the car. The only thing I had done was just set the upper intake up on the stock lower. We will get to that at some point. You know, the main goal here, guys, was to get this thing running. And that was the main goal. Now we got to get it where it'll stop. So I need to be able to move this thing around, you know, finish putting all the trim on it, just finish buffing. And I've got a couple of dry spots in there that I can see too. So I've got some stuff I need to do, need to take care of. We need to get some headlights. And I'm just going to order a new set of headlights for the car. They're cheap enough, so we're just going to go that route. And then start on the interior. So for those of you that may be kind of new to the channel, yeah, this is what we got to deal with here. So the interior is pretty much trashed. But hey, as you can hear, the damn door dinger works. So yeah, hey, I love it. I love the fact that she's still a hot mess, because what I didn't want to do on this car was make it look all beautiful and have no engine in it. And you know, it's kind of like, well, I know what the car is going to look like, so I really don't care to see the rest of the progress. Now you have something to look forward to. We still have to put the body kit on the car. We have to respray a couple pieces over here. We still have to get the hood and paint it, put it on the car. And yes, I do have a hood. I have a stock hood, so we're just going to spray it, put it on the car. You know, a lot of stuff. Windows have to be cleaned up. All the trim has to be put on the car. I have to finish restoring this. We've got a ton of stuff to do, but it's going to go pretty quick once we get this thing moving around and I can get the garage cleaned up and stuff like that. So I'm probably going to take a little bit of a break next week. You may or may not see a lot of videos. I don't know. I have some stuff around the house I need to do. So we got some stuff that we're working through right now, but everything's pretty good. Anyway, guys, that's going to be the update for today. And as always, thanks for watching.